I always say, there are no cuts when I read the cards. There aren't. Sometimes a new car passes by. Oh, what a fright in your house it passes. Sometimes the neighbor's dogs start barking. Sometimes mine start barking. And that's symphony. One howls from here, another howls from there, because each wants to howl louder than the other. I just spoke, and he is not mine. He belongs to the neighbor. The cat, Miano, wants to come in here. It's a symphony, but I don't stop the video. Because you can pause the screen, you can screenshot the screen, and you can look, because the game has to match. That's why I draw with 2 decks, because we work with the truth, okay? I'm even going to make a mandala of light. I'll check my schedule. Now for next Saturday. Anyone who wants the mandala of light, which is an exclusive ritual of mine, Gypsy, passed down from generation to generation, where we cleanse all aspects of a person's life. Okay. Removing bad energies like negativity, envy, and curses. If there is black magic work involving another person as well, in short, it is a ritual of light. Extremely of light, for people over 7 years old. Younger doesn't need to do it. And many people are looking for it, but there is a waiting list for the mandala. So you get in touch with me through written messages here on WhatsApp. It's written on the cover photo here. And think about when there is availability for the mandala. Because if I have a little time, I will send it to this gentleman to protect him, because he deals with energies, although he has power. He deals with heavy, malevolent energies from people who serve. This gentleman came up here. Why am I saying this? Here comes Count, the one who started it. Actually, not the one who started it, okay? I told you that Elon Musk was going to initiate it. Now, the person, right? The person is going head to head with the most powerful man in the world. Because the person reaches a level. When you give power to a person, the person thinks they have power. You want to get to know a person, you give them power, right? The person thinks they are unshakable, untouchable. And that's what happened with the one who considers himself an emperor. Why? Because no one stops me, as if I were a tank. Then he confronted it head on. And the Kicks way Elon Musk approached it was very subtle. It was just a question on social media. But he was very smart. Look, if I weren't intelligent, I wouldn't be so rich, so wealthy. But I said that I help the outside life and not just those who watch my videos, you know. And I help the outside life, but not just Elon Musk's. Elon Musk was, let's say, that essential stance, right. But he went head to head with Elon Musk, the most powerful person in the world. Of course, it was going to be a problem. He thought it wouldn't be, but it was, right. He even wanted to indict Elon Musk. Of course. This advice. Well, anyway. We are talking about who came in, right? This congressman, he was represented here by the man. By the way, he is a different kind of congressman than what this rotten, sold-out prostitute media is saying, right? That he is an ally of Bolsonarism. He doesn't even know who Bolsonaro is. Let's start with that. He might know, but he has no contact. He is nothing like that. Stop believing it. Stop watching it like trash. Stop believing in those left-wing folks who say things like, oh, I like this, or oh, this here. Stop it. They want to gain views and money at your expense, making you feel like a puppet. Stop letting them manipulate your mind. Follow serious channels from serious commentators, from serious journalists like Revista do Oeste, like Pavinato, like La Gazzetta del Povo, among other commentators as well. That guy who, by the way, was... Understand this well. I made a video when that group of people, including Bolsonaro's son, and the journalist Paulo Figueiredo, went there, by the way. Those are also wonderful videos. Among other people, they went there to file a complaint. Many people thought it wouldn't lead to anything, and I made videos about it and said that a good result would come out of it. So, here comes Chris May. Okay. He's been doing this for over 30 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a serious guy, but he's dealing with the devil because of the snake. I'm talking energetically. That's why he needs protection. Okay, spiritual, and I will take care of it. I will perform a mandala of light to protect him. I need to do it for everyone, but he has to do it one by one. It's not possible, right? Too many people, but especially for him because he's dealing with the demon.
With the energy of a demon, overall. But he is doing it with all his heart, with all his feeling.
In other words, he's heading towards the anchor's house with determination. The game is clear, right?
But at the same time, with wisdom and prudence, the fox's house signifies patience and prudence.
He will do everything according to American legislation. He won't get things mixed up, because it's not as chaotic there as it is here.
However, that attitude, by the way, was something.
I needed to say this, right? Well, here we go. Why? Because he took an action that will bring. Understand well, I have to be careful with what I say to you, because some people interpret when I make predictions, it doesn't mean it's next week, okay? Next week, it will already happen. And since there is a letter of brief return, here is the second letter. I don't want to say that this process is very fast, that they will, that Chris Smith and everyone will follow it to the letter. It will bring all the results, because understand well, I will make it very clear, okay? Those rats, the rat died in both fires. Okay, here is the main house, okay? The rats are related to the losses, the thefts, the injustice that good Brazilians are experiencing, not just good people. There are many who supported the Party of Darkness and are extremely regretful. You understand? I know countless people who supported Elle and are now regretful, including my secretary, who is a wonderful person, whom I consider a dear sister. Truly. She was part of it for many, many years. He, in fact, was part of the camp. There in MS, Mato Grosso do Sul, hoping to get a small piece of land, an apartment. They used her for almost 10 years and then gave her the boot. When her father did the spiritual skating, she has contact with him, or rather she had, right? Because when she hears his name, she already had. With this one who was going to run for mayor of Sao Paulo, who is not going to win, right? With Pran Bilal and all. She even once gave an interview saying that they will come after you. Stay quiet. So, what she says. What they had to fight for, right? And even like her, who today has Girika for the Party of Darkness. And everything related to them. Others are also tightening up for the truth. A person doesn't need to become a Bolsonaro supporter, doesn't need to be head over heels for Bolsonaro, but they have to create a fair Brazil for everyone. Because if everything we are experiencing is serving both the right and the left, it might be right. So many are being harmed. What happens? This means the losses that we Brazilians have had since all of this. It was implemented in Brazil, always, right? Because we haven't reached the extreme yet. And I'll say more. I always said that Brazil would stretch the rope to the maximum. It won't reach completely. Okay? Because there are many Brazilians, in fact. All of you, okay? Paulo Figueiredo, Fernando Bolsonaro, all of you. I won't start naming names because I might forget someone. Everyone who was there in Congress, I want you to have no accusations. All of you, deputies. Senators who are with us, look, in the name of every generation, in the name of every Brazilian, in the name of my children, whom I decided to raise in this country, I have dual citizenship, Brazilian and Spanish. By the way, I need to tell you something. Here on the radio, we are experiencing losses. To you who come here and say, oh, nothing happens. Oh, nothing is going to happen. It's not something that happens overnight. There are many good people fighting for this country, and good people who had to go abroad. You, sitting there on your couch, who didn't participate in a single protest, have no idea what these people went through. Many have been here to other countries, including even a judge, and she left here, okay? I'll show you now, okay? They need to breathe. Many had their social media, their lives persecuted, separated, everything. Just like the people who are detained in Rio de Janeiro, people who have been harmed in all sorts of ways. And these people are fighting because they could let it go. They are living abroad anyway. Spiritually, I was chosen by the Father in heaven, and I feel honored by that, and by the engines of light, to hold the hands of generations and show that all of this, if not all the tickets right, most, I think, all right, fell apart. And I'm here with you, saying calm down, let's unite. So these are people who don't make any demonstrations, who haven't been harmed entirely or even partially, who keep this negativity. Stop it, okay? Stop it. Why? I'm here, I can take care of my kids. I provide shelter, I support them financially, but I'm not the one cleaning up pee every day. I have employees for that. But anyway, I'll raise my kids elsewhere. I can live anywhere I want. So what? I give up on everything. Enough. Am I going to make predictions about celebrity gossip? Am I going to make predictions about... No. Each one of us, whether journalists or those people who, even living abroad because they were forced to leave Brazil, are fighting to save this land. So you don't have the right to spread negativity. What do you want? Should they give up? Should we give up? Are we going to give up? Is giving up even an option? I don't know. Should we give up on our Brazil and hand it over to them? No. So please, let's go with positive energy. And thank you very much to each one of you who are worthy, who are fighting for this land. You, if it weren't for the complaint you needed. Neither Elon Musk, nor Bruce Spielberg, no one. This only kills black people anyway. I'm not going to turn black for them. I wouldn't be able to do anything. Thank you very much. On behalf of every Brazilian. Well, what do I see here? Rats. Right, I just got rid of some rats. What do they represent? Antagonists. Everything we are losing in our country in terms of freedom. And everything I need from the list here for you. Here comes a woman. I believe she is that judge. There is a judge, in fact, it seems, if I am not mistaken. She is living abroad. She is... And it seems she needed a complaint. What does it seem like here? Why do I say this? Here comes to mind the house of a woman who is leading this, a Brazilian woman, evidently. And she comes next to the dog's house, repeatedly. The woman must be really good. I will research about this woman. If anyone knows who she is, put her name here. What comes to my mind, dog, the woman, and the dog. And the dog is the best representation. I'm going to stop being big. The dog represents loyalty, fidelity, and determination towards the goal. The person will do everything possible and impossible to make something work. And she was represented by both cards, along with the paths opening up. So, it seems that this woman, this judge, also filed another complaint for those who had already been presented with a complaint, right? Why, look at what I'm saying. Look at how the game is open. Look, wonderful, huh? Here, pick and pick. You see that she is in the same position in both games. Yeah, exactly. Hit and kill, okay? She is in both positions. And here he refers to this judge who went to get help for something she also reported to the United States. Whenever I come to Rio, She is the helper of Empora, and there will be Chimpeco, House of Stars. So, another complaint made by this woman results in a draw. Okay, very positive.
I'll be straightforward. So this video doesn't get too long. I'll finish this game today. Chris Smith is going to act very cautiously. Okay.
But it will bring a very positive return. I will talk about the candles at the end. Because what do I see?
About the Delgados, whether they will respond or not, which is what you also want to know. But I can guarantee you, just think of a happy gypsy. I say, I love this country. I know this country. That's why I chose my daughters here. I have 2 sons and both are police officers. It's nothing else.
Because we in Brazil will be hindered by refugees. Because Brazil is a sensational land, it is a harsh land.
What is needed is to clean up. But if you clean up the evil in the country, which has been there for decades, right? It just keeps growing like a snowball. You don't see it change from one day to the next. That's why I say you saw the rats. The rats also represented by the cards. You know who they represent?
You know, I always say this. It's as if Brazil were a huge and heavy brand of rat.
And you can't clean out the rats overnight. It takes preparation. It takes everything, right? To clean out the rats. To clean what? To clean the house, you need to use a strong disinfectant. I don't know what a strong disinfectant is. Strong bleach is coming from outside. Do you see that it's a step? Each day, a step. But this step, that, comes through both letters, which came in both games, are the little cards that the privileged received, and the indispensable help, the indispensable action of Bruce Smith. And it's another denunciation that this woman I'm here with, who makes the final effect, and will further leverage the denunciation, the denunciations. Why do I say this? First, before finishing here with the reference to the white cake maid, I want you to see the candles. These candles, they have very high flames. That's why I want to choose these candles. And 2, you can see, as I pulled my strained fingers, that it's not a very good way for me. But as they are, very low. I don't know if it was visible during the video. I don't know if I was observing correctly. But I like to observe every detail, even when my mentors see themselves, right? When they speak behind me, when they are behind me. The candles are low, counting with a black mask and crying, tiny little shameless ones. When I create a light mandala, I observe through the candles the result of that light mandala and how it places the result of the cleansing in each area of the person's life, whether it be health, love, business, or spiritual, through the flame of the candles. And the little old lady of the lazy ones, especially the one called the Emperor, you can see that is right here. Can you see it? Can I show it to you? That's it. Can you see? That's it. Understand well, slackers won't respond. From what I see here, you are mistaken. But due to the presence of energy they are feeling, especially the one who considers himself an emperor, he will not respond. These are the questions that need to be answered. And then things will get more and more threatening for the places. But let's talk especially about the Emperor, because I see that in some places, when I notice that this is missing here, for each one of them, which is the highest, let's say, right to fall, they will take one of them out of the income, sorry for the term rain, but that's it, to make it clearer. But she is gone. She didn't take it, I can say, in no uncertain terms, that these complaints that have been filed will have an effect in Brazil. There will be sanctions for these people, especially for this one here. And they know that if they allow sanctions for Brazil, the people will take to the streets. But I'm talking about imprisonment. But let's get started, because I think there will have to be another video about this later on, right? He and his family in general will suffer all kinds of extensions. And it will indeed be a new chapter in relation to the true democracy. of Brazil. But understand well, the new wave from the United States is going to be about the people. Yes, it will, with Chris Smith, this attitude he is taking, what he is going to do with the world. Or later, I made a video about Trump. You ask, I already did go there and see the videos about Trump. Well, it's been months since I made videos about Trump. In other words, the circus is closing for them, but he won't respond. Wow, what a shame to be a shame. People, it's ending. That high, powerful flame, the I can do anything attitude, the fact that it happens, it's ending, and as a result, Brazil will recover because the others who remain, who are also in the midst of all that, they will retreat.
Will respond. They will respond. You can expect it in the coming days. You will see a lot about this, but everything will be positive for Brazil. We will be free from them. You can be sure of that. We will be freed from these shackles, from these rats. We will be free, but everything will happen in a gradual and progressive manner, not because it is already happening, but not all at once. In other words, the mansion, infested with rats, will bring down the biggest rat, the one that acts the biggest, and the others will, in effect, dominate. And congratulations to this girl who came out here. Your report, whatever it was, I'll try to ask Igor to check it for me. Really, had a tremendous effect. Thank you for helping our country.
Like all of you who are there, like the deputy, Gustavo Gaif, all of you who make me believe that this Brazil has hope because there are good, honest people here.
Thank you very much. Well, that was our video for today. Don't forget to leave your thumbs up. Don't forget to leave your suggestion now for the extra video. Maybe I'll bring the extra video on Tuesday. Okay, put in the comments what you want to know. All right.
I leave you all with my gypsy blessing. May the protection of our Mother Saint Sarah, our patroness, cover each one of you with her love.
May our Almighty Father in heaven, our Creator and our Master Jesus, be present in your home, heart, and life, and in the actions of each one of you. Have an excellent week. Faith, send a lot of positive energy to these people and to our Brazil, because the result will be great. Okay.
In a not too distant future, stay in the light. Let there be light. Gratitude, gratitude. A kiss from the gypsy with you, generations. Bye.
By the way, the mandala is the ritual where we ward off negativity and strengthen spiritual protection, among other things. To ward off negativity, envy, and heavy energies. Yes, yes, we ward off all kinds. I say we because I'm just an instrument. I work for the spirituality of light. So, for those of you interested in a mandala of light, here is our WhatsApp.